Welcome to the Clutch Buckets Podcast. My name is Josh Tyson.
I'm Kyle Spence.
Their profession, our passion, your court. Check ball. Let's get it, Kyle. What's
Tyson.
up, man?
It's been a minute, Tyson. It's good to see you back in here, man.
Yes,
how you been?
Man, I can't call it, man. Feeling good, man. Hype about basketball again. You know, my boy Ant-Man showing out as usual. So feeling good, man. How you doing over there?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I've been really into this Olympics. I'm not gonna hold you. Everything Olympics that I've been watching, from gymnastics to track and field to diving,
all in
volleyball,
taking up diving.
Dude, everything. Synchronized diving, swimming, relay. I've even watched some handball, Tyson.
Bro, what you know about that ping pong? You ain't seen that ping pong?
I haven't seen a single ping pong. I only saw the highlight with Anthony Edwards in the background cheering on the U.S. team, but I haven't watched any ping pong, so I need to check that out.
I'm trying to work my way up there, man. I'm joining some local tournaments, man, so look out for me, though.
For sure. We're going to have you in the next Olympics, for sure. Now, this is a Clutch Buckets podcast, so we are definitely all about basketball. And in this case, NBA isn't going on, but what is going on is USA basketball in the Olympics in Paris in 2024, where the U.S. team just beat Puerto Rico 104 to 83. With LeBron James and Jason Tatum scoring 10 apiece. And, of course, our leading scorer here was Joel Embiid with 15. So before we even get to that game...
Edwards had 26.
My bad.
That boy showed out. He showed out.
How am I disrespecting Anthony? That's my bad. I didn't even think about Anthony Edwards at that point. Why did I not think of him? Where did he... They have him at the bottom of this box score. That's me. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know why they ain't got him at the top. That's wild.
Yeah, the way that the box scores work for this is awful.
Bro. The
coverage awful.
Is awful.
Box score awful. Yes. But we love basketball, so we get it how we can get it.
We'll push through.
So we're gonna back up a little bit because we haven't really covered most of the games. We did talk probably a little bit about the exhibition games, but now that we're actually in the Group C Cup where they are actually competing. And in this case, the way that the Olympics work, it's not about necessarily just the win, but how much of a point differential did you win by? Yeah. And so that is actually something where they play to the last second, trying to get ahead or trying to cut it close, depending on which side of the coin you are. Backing up a little bit, though, we had Team USA play Serbia, and where they won that game 110 to 84. Yeah. And this was the game where KD actually came back. He was 8 for 9 in this game. If you remember that, Tyson, what were your thoughts on it?
Yo, by the way, man, going back, they desperately needed KD to come back, man. Because the way they were looking in those expedition games, bro, it was looking rough. But, man, KD, as usual, most consistent player out there, man. You can always count on that boy. I mean, he came out there straight dominated. He missed one shot? One shot. 8 for 9 from the field? Absolutely dominant. And I think that's what has given them confidence, especially throughout these other games, man. Because like I said, man, they couldn't find their rhythm, man. A lot of the expedition games were close, within 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
KD came out like,
one was, I got
6
points.
Yeah.
You're right.
KD came out like, yo, I got y'all. Oh, man, I got y'all. But this is all about preparation, man. Going back, they had tried to let Grant Hill know, like, yo, that you should have these boys prepare throughout the year leading up to the Olympics. It's so they could build their chemistry over time. You only give them, a few weeks to prepare, man. That's tough, especially these teams who've been playing together forever. So, they truly didn't look prepared, man, these expedition games. But yeah, I'm glad they're showing up, man. KD was that glue, obviously. But how you feel, man?
I loved it. Like you said, Kevin Durant being back was essential to this team's victories going forward. I think that if he was out there, the point spread would drastically be reduced. Because one of the things about Kevin Durant and maybe Derek White and a couple other players that are plug and play, where you can plug them into any
Hmm.
system.
Any
They're
system.
able to just adapt and play to their strengths. And in this case, it was needed. I thought that he was going to be very much rusty. I didn't expect him to actually play well. And we
Hmm.
were giving him an excuse to say, well, you really weren't playing, so we don't expect you to play well. Turns
KD
out,
stay ready. C stay
stay
ready.
ready. Stay ready. I remember there was one little highlight where they were in a huddle after the game and they just threw the ball and say, "Hey, hit a three." Turn around and just hit the three. I was like, this dude really doesn't miss. It's
That's
ridiculous how
that's
good
with it,
a
man.
player he is. So I liked how they played in that game. It was a pivotal game again because the points that we were winning by in the exhibitions were between 1 and like 6 points.
Yeah, man.
So we weren't really especially sure if the U.S. Team was going to be able to actually really compete
Right.
in the way that we were expecting them
They
to.
look
So
suspect, man.
exactly, very much suspect. And the Serbian team, they have Nikola Jokic on that team. They got Bogdanovic on that team.
Hmm.
And all of those ones, anytime you have an itch at the end, then you know they really be hooping out there. They can
Right,
shoot,
right.
all of that good stuff. So Jokic, I think he had
20.
20
Yeah, he
points
did
in
his
that
thing,
game.
man. Yep.
So,
Bogdanovich had what, like 14? My boy was doing
yeah.
his thing. I mean, it just wasn't enough
So
though.
it was just not enough.
Nah.
And so there was a conversation about, well, if their three ball was dropping, would they actually, be better? Because I think they were 9 for 37. If the
Yeah.
three ball was dropping, would they have beaten Team USA? I don't think so. I
Mm-mm.
think what I've seen consistently through these matches is that the defense has stepped up
Mm-mm. Big
tremendously.
time.
The
Big time.
exhibition, they've been poor. And we're going to talk about there's a common thread as far as who are playing well. And you're going to talk about KD, of course.
Hmm.
You're going to talk about Anthony Edwards, and you have to talk about LeBron James. So we're going to see that kind of consistently through all of our conversation here that these are the players that are really pivotal and integral to the team's success.
Yeah.
Going, I believe it was 18 for 32 or something like that from 3-point land against Serbia. Like, come on, man. You really hooping out there.
Oh yeah,
You're
they
really
trying to
playing
show
well.
their dominance. They really showing out, man, big time.
Correct.
But if you think about it too, like you said, they've been stepping up on defensive end. Not only do you have some of the best offensive players in the NBA, some of the best defensive players are there too. Some of the best two-way players, man. I mean, Drew Holiday, absolute beast out there.
100%.
AD is a defensive beast. You got Jason
Mm-hmm.
Tatum, who's locked
Bam
down there,
Adebayo.
right? Bam Adebayo. Anthony Edwards is not a scrub on defense. He's going to be one of
That's
the
true.
best two-way players out there. KD always been solid on defense. So
Yeah.
we talking about, man, this collective defensive effort, some of the best from all around the world. These boys in the Olympics, man, who never played in the NBA, they ain't seen nothing like this, especially their
No.
length and
If
their
you haven't
athleticism.
played,
Man,
exactly. If you have
man,
not played in the NBA, you like you said, you haven't seen this
it's
type
a
of
wake
game
up.
play. So
It's a wake up call, bro.
it's a
It's like,
rude
oh,
awakening
we
at
ain't
that.
know. Oh, this is what it's like over there. Oh, that's why I haven't been able to
Exactly.
get over there.
Exactly. Exactly that. So that
Uh,
that that game was actually pretty good. I really did
yeah,
enjoy. The way that Serbia plays is the way that most international teams play. They play
yeah.
with the ball on a string. The players are great with spacing. They
Hmm.
just weren't knocking down their shots really,
Nah.
and they did have some looks in there. So this was kind of like a feel it out game as far as they did play in the exhibition. It was much
Hmm.
closer then, but trying to play now, they're just showing how dominant they are in this league, in the Olympics. So shout out to Team USA on that. But then
Yeah.
they had to go against the team that they won by 1 point
1 point. Yeah.
exhibition,
Come on, man.
which was South Sudan. And
South
in the
Sudan. You talking
face,
about the team who ain't got no facilities? They ain't got
well,
no
dang.
real. They don't have all that extra stuff that every team has, man. Like
Yes.
gymnasium, their
No,
own
they don't have.
dorms.
No.
Y'all let these cats take y'all to the bank. But I respect them. I respect the hustle and the
Mm-hmm.
drive. Because that's
Yes,
what made you talk about motivation. These guys, man, don't come from much, but that drive, that motivation to even though we're the underdogs, we are going to give y'all our absolute best. And
exactly.
we're not gonna be susceptible to y'all. Now we're not gonna fear y'all. We're gonna take it to y'all, man. You gotta respect
Yes.
that.
Yes, you have to respect it because these are people who really are number one, they love their country and what it
Mhm.
represents. Some
Yes,
people
sir.
sometimes like immigrated there, extradited there, whatever the case may be. But this is a young team, a fledgling as it were, when you have Luol Deng, which is a former NBA player out here really using his time, his
On the
talent, and
Bulls, by the
his
way.
resources and a Bulls player
Yeah,
as that.
all day. Happy
He was
birthday, by the way.
he could hoop, yo.
Oh
He
yeah,
really could have
he
hooped.
good.
For him to use his time, talent, and resources, his
Hmm.
finances to really push a team from where they were to where they are now, that they're in the Olympics and they were actually playing well.
That's off the chain,
They
man.
actually
Talk
had a
about.
win prior to playing Team USA. They did actually win a game, and
Talking
these
about
are
something to be proud
this
of, man.
right. This
That's
is
off the chain.
historical. It's
Yeah.
historical. Imagine you being on a team and you're actually doing this for your country that has no representation.
Right.
Everyone is disrespecting you. Paul Pierce is on Undisputed, laughing in your face. Gil Lorene is just over there making racist remarks. That's why I don't like him playing this,
Yeah,
but that's another
that's a
conversation for another day. Can't stand that man, but it is what it is. But you have these people here just basically downplaying your talent, your
yeah.
ability to be passionate about the game and hustle.
Hmm.
So they showed themselves once. Unfortunately, they fell short
They
here,
did. Yeah,
but
it's
it
a tough
was to
matchup.
be expected.
Yeah, it was. It
Play
was.
down to your competition.
Hmm.
Sometimes you will lose sight of what you're trying to attain, and then you make it a close game. In this case, they understood we almost lost that game. It came down to a missed shot where it really was a foul.
Real
And
talk.
now we need to just focus and play, no mistakes. And that's what they did, winning 103 to 86
Hmm.
and be the scoring leader on this one was Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, Bam
Uh,
showing up.
I don't know where his 3-point shot came from, Tyson, in
I
this,
know
not
that.
only
They
in
said
this
he been
game, but
had it
just
though.
overall. You said he been had it?
They said he been
Have you
had it.
seen
They
it?
just don't allow. I
Who
mean,
saw this?
if you work up under the Miami regime, you can only do certain things. You know they're very strict. If you play a
Yeah.
certain position, that's what you play. But they said, man, I mean, listen to these podcasts, man. A lot of these NBA players said Bam has the whole package. He's really a point guard stuck in a big man's body.
Yes.
He said that.
He
I mean,
has
he's been
handle.
had that 3-point shot. So.
You
He
need to
just
show
exposed
me in
him.
the
My boy
NBA.
said, "Oh, Pat Riley ain't here. I bet. Let me let this thing off. Let me let this thing off."
You're gonna have to show me in the NBA if you really about that action, because I don't see it. I'm not convinced that he really could shoot like that.
Yeah.
Because he was
Don't
over
sleep
two
on.
in the one against Serbia, then he was what 2 for 3 in the one
Yeah,
against
man.
South Sudan. Did he hit any in the? No, he didn't even take an attempt in the game against Puerto Rico, but he was actually playing really well. You know, shout out to some of them. I'm going to shout out two specific people on the Sudan team. It was Shayok, I believe was his name, and who was the
Yeah,
other one?
Shayat.
And I was like, this dude gets
Oh,
buckets.
Nooney
Um,
Amote. Nooney Amote. He had 24, bro.
Amont was cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was the leading scorer, if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah.
But that
8 for
wasn't who I
12.
was talking about,
Who are you
though.
talking
I
about?
think it was Omont. Was it not Omont? Sorry, Pool. I think it
Oh,
was
cool.
Pool.
Yeah, yeah, cool. He had 16. He was doing his thing.
These guys can actually hoop.
No, they could straight ball out here, bro. Straight ball out
Seriously.
here.
I was like,
Like,
what is happening right
but
now?
these cats man out real talk like on concrete outside, man, playing on like
Yeah.
double rims. But yo,
Yes.
they say when you play on double rims, if you can shoot
You
on
can
a double
shoot.
rim,
You can
your
shoot.
shot is pure.
It's
Your shot
pure.
is pure. So I mean,
I
bro,
didn't
man,
have that.
he's
Where I'm from, we didn't have double rims, but we did play outside. My knees are messed up to this day, so I don't know if I would recommend living in a place where all you did was play on asphalt the entirety of
uh,
your life until
entirely.
you came here. So, but they were balling out, man. Even that my man when he took LeBron to the right, dunked on him, like
Oh
he knew LeBron was
yeah,
coming to sneak dunk.
yeah.
It's like, nah, I'm not about to
You
miss
see
this on
LeBron
you.
hesitate. He didn't want to go for that one.
Yeah,
He knew it was coming
yeah,
too.
he
Yeah,
knew,
yeah,
and he timed
yeah.
it perfectly. He's like,
He
I'm
shies
not
away
about
from
to
stuff
miss.
like that, by the way. So
Nah, he's good with the
no
chase
doubt,
down.
no
You
doubt.
know that. But shout out to them again. They played really well. Salute to again South Sudan for making it this far, being
Yeah,
able to actually compete.
yeah.
And these
Shout out to
are,
Luol Deng,
but
man. By
yes,
the way, you know, and Chi-Town developed that player. By the way, we want to take a little
y'all
credit
did,
for what he did,
y'all
what
did,
he's become. You know, so
y'all
yeah,
did.
man.
So y'all are making a name for yourself,
Shout
and
out to
he being attached to it makes it even better. So
yes,
I
sir.
really do like what they're doing there. Now, the most recent game that they played was this yesterday, I believe,
Puerto
against Puerto
Rico.
Rico,
Yeah,
winning that against Puerto Rico,
yeah, they
104
blow.
to 83. Now, Anthony Edwards, that's one of Tyson's favorite players in the
Yes,
NBA
sir.
right
What's up,
now,
my boy?
scored 26 points. And then there was Joel Embiid, who we're going to talk about some of these bench and stuff in a minute. But
Man,
Joel Embiid actually had a good game.
I'll
He
tell
had
you, he ain't looking like a
15
statue
points
out
in
there
that.
this time.
I'm
Goodness gracious.
surprised, man. He was actually out there really playing, had some really good minutes, I think over 20 minutes in that game. So they played well. They beat the Puerto Rican team that has one of the most notable, as far as NBA players are concerned, Jose Alvarado, aka Grand Theft Alvarado, on
Yes,
that
sir.
team, who
Well, shout
had
out.
18 points in that
Mhm.
game as well. So, what did you see? What did you like? What do you think can be carried into next season from any of these players, including the Puerto Rican team?
Oh man, I love how Puerto Rico came out, man, shined out. They're like, yeah, y'all not gonna treat us like some punks. We know we the underdog, but we coming for y'all. They started off with an 11-0 run, 11-0 run, showing true heart. But that's the heart of Jose Alvarado. But you see where it comes from, man. You see, man, the people around him, his banner man, the country man, they play with a lot of heart. You gotta respect it, man. I love it. Jose didn't back down. His players didn't back down. Overall, man, they just got overwhelmed by the amount of talent that USA has. They tried their best. They tried to do what they could, man. But you know, USA at the end of the day, I mean, you got stars like Ant-Man who could do absolutely anything on the court. I mean, it's tough. Especially in
Yeah.
the defense, man. They tried all types of defensive schemes, man. They didn't know what to do with Ant-Man. And then you got KD as a wing on the side, and you got Steph Curry. You got Embiid did his thing with 15 points. It was on 6 for 14. You know, it was a lot, but I mean, Embiid just hasn't been looking by himself. He's been looking hurt. He's been wobbling up and down the court. I think
Yeah,
too,
three
he has
turnovers too.
and three turnovers, man. I think, man, too, he has to adjust his game because he's used to getting a lot of fouls, you know, drawing fouls, you know, did the same. The fouls he was getting in the NBA, you ain't gonna get here in the Olympics, man. And I think
No,
he had to adjust to that too. But
did he though?
yeah, look,
I,
it was
I'm
6 for
just asking
14. I don't know, man.
because this
Uh,
dude hunting for fouls that you're not getting, man. And I
man.
love that you're not getting
I
those
love
types of
that. Now,
fouls.
I hope these boys, and this is what I don't like the way the NBA shifted ever since like James Harden. You know, everybody's trying to seek fouls, they're drawing fouls, they're playing into a foul. Like, yo, just play to get a bucket, man. Let the foul come as it may. You know, it was almost embarrassing watching USA the first couple exhibition games because you see them, man, literally trying to draw fouls and yelling and looking at the ref like, yo, man, what happened to just playing ball? What just happened to the essence of basketball
What
techniques?
happened to the game I
What happened
love?
to the game I love, bro? They were looking sad out there. They were looking like some jokes, looking for the foul, while you know the other team go South Sudan running down the other court trying to dump,
Yeah.
trying to get a bucket. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. But I think they've adjusted. They've done it, doing their thing. So
But do you think so? Because now, I mean, that really brings me to someone like the meat and potatoes of our conversation. Do you think that your team USA has adjusted to Olympic play? The rules are different. You can pack the paint. You can knock the ball off the rim.
real talk.
I was there
I
like,
love it.
this is
Yeah, I like
unnatural,
it.
everyone. What is
I love it.
happening right
I
now?
hope, I really hope, man, they're able to bring some of these rules back. I don't think it'll ever happen because they like they're especially packing the paint because they
Yeah.
want to see more scoring. They want to see more people dunking, dunking, driving to the paint. But the fouls they need to be adjusted in the NBA, man, just
Yeah.
so it won't be a league of free throws. Like
Yeah.
if you make it a league of just free throws and trying to draw fouls, man, it's gonna be whack. It has been whack, and you saw it clearly with the adjustment that they have. I hope like these NBA players from the Team USA bring that mentality in terms of adjusting to play instead of adjusting to draw the foul. I hope they bring that back into the NBA this next year, man. I hope to see it. I really hope to see it.
I do too. I think that it's important that, number one, they understand that practicing together actually helps, guys. Like, believe it or not, good teams know how to practice with each other
Yes.
well,
Yes.
not individual types of things,
Right.
because you've seen that happen through many of these type of international leagues and games where the team that practices most with one another give the team USA the most fits
Yep.
because you are always off with your trainer in the Maldives working
Yep.
on your shot for Instagram,
Yep.
and you only practice with your team for like 1 month in camp before you
Right.
get ready
You
for the
fully
preseason.
right.
Like
This
what,
is the
what's
building
happening?
no type of chemistry, just off
None.
doing your own thing. Like it's
I,
come on, man.
and it happens with all the teams, unfortunately. But meanwhile, these teams are, they've been practicing together for like the last four
They don't even
years.
have
They
to look when
know
they
I
pass.
don't have to.
I
I
know
know
where
where
they're
you're
at.
gonna be.
I know where my boy
Period.
is at.
Like seriously. So I really hope that that type of mentality is carried back. One of the people that I thought that has adjusted well to it is LeBron James, but he has the most experience, so probably
He does.
some of the most experience between he and KD. They know international basketball, so they kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the few people I've seen knocking it off the rim. It's like, oh yeah, you could do that, right? Like
Right.
they keep forgetting, like that's right, you could actually do that.
Right. It's wild.
So as far as the players are concerned, two things have been brought up recently. One, the rotation of the players that are currently there, more specifically, how they're dealing with Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, and Tyrese Halliburton,
Mm.
more specifically. But the second thing that I want to talk about with regards to players is just who do you think are the key linchpins to the success of Team USA? But I'm going to start with the rotation of the players first. Do you feel as though Steve Kerr has a good handle on who needs to be in the game, who doesn't?
He does. He really does, man. And of course, I know we all questioned him at first, especially when Tatum was on the bench and everything. But it's worked out perfectly if you really think about it in terms of who he benched. He benched Embiid one game because of the style of play that they played. Tatum because of the style of play, and it just all has worked out. This last game, who's this? He benched Drew Holiday just because of style of play. But I think, man, that was an adjustment to, I think he just rotate through players right now. I mean, giving a bunch of people time, having one person set up, but he's still trying to find, I think, the right rotation, the right people to play together. I think he's trying to, he's has found that. The main starters almost every time, you know you're going to get Steph Curry and LeBron James. Those are two staples in starting lineup. Around that, he's trying to find, the right pieces to fit in to play the certain team. And I think he's figured it out, man. I think the keys to winning are KD and Anthony Edwards, though, and Bam.
Okay. Okay.
So
Oh wow. Okay. I like
yeah,
that. Now, I do think that he's gotten rotation more or less solidified at this point. I feel as though he knows what he's looking for and what he's not looking for. And I think he's gotten the attention of the team to say, hey guys, if you're not playing well, I'm going to pull you, including his own players and Stephen Curry. Curry hasn't been playing well. If we wanted to be honest,
I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah.
I gotta at least be honest enough. He's what is he now? Let me see if I can do a quick a math problem real quick.
Oh yeah. Man, he was 3 for 8 last
what,
game.
12, and 7 it's 19. Stephen Curry has been 6 for 19.
Yeah, it's been tough. But here's the good thing. And I think we talked about this in the last podcast in terms of his impact. His impact, even if he's not shooting well, his impact is felt on the court because they have to know where he is at all times. They have to play him. Somebody is out this Puerto Rico, man. They were pick him up 90 feet without the ball. A couple of times. So they have to know where he is. They have to play him, which opens up other lanes for other players. And the great thing with Team USA is whoever opens up the lane for, whoever shot it opens up is going to be a great player that gets it. You know what I mean? So it's tough on other teams.
Yes, because Stephen Curry at this point is running decoy. Like He's on the court for about 20 minutes a game.
Yeah, every game. Yes.
So if you're roughly around that 20-minute point in the game, but you're not scoring as effectively as we know you're able to, you're just running decoy. Yeah. Let me keep running around and distract this player and hopefully pull the attention away from other players to get other players involved. You have so much talent on this team, and this is no one to ever slouch on to say, nah, he's off. No, this dude can get hot at any given point. So I get it. And I guess Steve Kerr recognizes that as well. Because sometimes I'm like, you sure you want to keep him in right now?
Is this the time for him?
He's not scoring. They're going on a little run. When South Sudan gets on these little runs, they can drop 12 on you real fast. Real fast.
And they be going at Curry too.
Yes. That was what I was going to say. When they put Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton in the game at the end, they were bullying Halliburton.
Big time.
Offense,
they
big time. Bullying.
He's not a defensive player at all, man.
I was disappointed in how lackluster.
This dude really can't move his feet. For a point guard, he really can't move his feet laterally.
He needs to get his weight up too.
Yeah, that too, man. That bully ball. The little boy, a little bit too skinny. I don't like his game. I don't know why. He's a little bit too arrogant for the type of player he is.
Okay.
He just looks too lackadaisy, especially with on defense, going after loose balls. Just his offensive game doesn't look like he's going anywhere really. I don't know what it is. Let me think about that. I'm gonna think about that.
That's an interesting take. You just don't rock with his style of game.
I'm just not a fan. I don't know why.
So you don't think he should be on the team?
I would have put Jaylen Brown over him on any day.
You're absolutely right. You better put Jaylen Brown over Tyrese Halliburton. But Tyrese Halliburton got busy when he got thrown in the game in Sudan. He went off for like a quick 6.
Yeah,
because he knocked down those threes back to back. As soon as he walked in the game, he was
the little the little standstill pull up.
It's a standstill pull up from 3, where I'm like, he ain't got no lift on that shot, but it going in though. It's an awkward shot, but Halliburton on the team, he adds flavor. He may not be salt, he may not be pepper, but he's a good little onion powder. You know what I mean? You don't need it, but it's there. And it's not going to hurt the dish.
It's not going to. You can tell it's there. You can tell it's there.
I'm tasting a little bit of onion right now. That's Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not going to ruin the dish.
It's not.
It
It's not.
is not overpowering. It's not overwhelming. Neither of those things. But
I
he,
can do with. I can do without. It's
you
not.
can do with or without. Some people won't even notice that he's eating.
Won't even notice that.
Now you know when we talk about dishes, you're gonna know when time is not available. And that's Jason Tatum. And again, here come Kyle B.
Here we go.
Boston
Yeah,
Celtics
go ahead,
homer.
man. Go
I
ahead.
gotta do it because Jason Tatum was also a part of this big three. And when I say the big three, I'm talking about the big bench three. So it's Halliburton, Tatum. So the big bench three consists of these three players. And I really did have a little bit of confusion as to why they're not using Tatum as much as they did.
Mhm.
I felt as though that he should have been more involved. But if your gameplay isn't reflecting what you think you are, it makes sense that you have limited minutes in these showcases. And I think one of the conversations were about his accolades outside of the U.S. Olympics, where he's on cover Sports Illustrated. He's on NBA 2K25.
Mhm.
He just won a championship. Well, if that was the case, then Jaylen Brown should also have the same type of conversation, being the MVP of the league. Yet and still, these two players are limited or not even there when it comes to being a part of the Olympics team. So in case of Tatum, he had a good showing finally. You're 10-10 against Puerto Rico, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. He had only 1 turnover, 2 steals.
This is
solid.
Great. Yeah,
that's a beautiful stat.
Very solid game. Yes.
So I don't know if he will continue to play this way. Is it going to be motivation for him to play even better going forward? But there's something about his shot, Tyson, that I'm certainly worried about. I know we don't have the time to talk about it, but I am concerned about.
I've always been concerned about that shot, though, man.
Teammates of Jason Tatum. It's ugly. But it was always ugly.
It doesn't seem like it's ever improved. That's the thing.
It looks like it's getting.
It looks like it's getting. It looks like the form is getting. How's the form getting worse? Why is it taking longer to get up there?
Thank you. It looks slower. It's like it's lagging at this point.
Yes.
And I'm like, what is going on?
Yes, it's looking like it's taking more effort to get it up there, bro. I don't know.
Did you see the shot where LeBron James on a fast break, Tatum sprints to the corner 3, LeBron James or Embiid, one of the two, kicks it to him. Nobody's around. Yeah.
He is right off the side. Yes, sir.
He could shoot it. Mm-hmm. Now there was one where he shot it hit the side. Not that one.
Not that one.
This is the one where he could have shot it. No one was in frame. Then he took so long that a guy came in frame and he had to pump fake, sidestep, and try it again. This time, I think 1 or 2 guys was trying to contest. And it missed. Keep in mind, we know that it missed.
Yeah. He loves that shot.
What is going on?
He loves that
Steph
shot.
Curry, Kevin Durant, and you are not absorbing from them tricks of the trade about your shot. Anyway, that when we get to individual player conversations, trust me, I have a lot to say. But I'm not going to harp on it because that's my man, 10 grand. Like I really love that he was on the floor and he actually was being effective.
He was.
So with regards to just players, you said that yours are Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant,
about to say, man,
Anthony Edwards, and Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, and I mean, I got to throw my boy Curry in there. I mean, he is effective outside of the shot. He's gonna show up. He's about to show up, man, next game. But they're swarming him, man. That's why everybody else there been get opportunity. So
okay. We'll pretend like that's the case. I don't see the swarm, but we're going to pretend like that's the case. For me, Kevin Durant, LeBron James,
Yeah.
and Anthony Edwards are my top three.
Yeah.
When we talk about offense, this is what they're producing. We talk about uh, defense, they're able to hold their own. But the role players on this team also need to get a pretty good shout out in Drew Holiday and Derek White, and Bam Adebayo, because oh my goodness, they're really intense when it comes to this defensive play. They make the right plays more often than not, and I'm so happy that they're on the team and representing the way they are. So yeah, I think that so far they're playing well. Do you think that they're going to go 6-0? I think how many games do they play in the team in the
there's
basketball?
2 more, man. So they're in the quarterfinals right now. So quarterfinals, then
Who do they
another
play?
next they actually play Brazil. They play Brazil next in the quarterfinals. Then from there, it just depends on who wins. I really want to see them go against Australia and Germany. Australia and Germany, the only other undefeated teams, but they're not going to play them until after Brazil, after the quarterfinals, and after the, they're not going to play them until the end, really. So
I just hope that Patty Mills cooled off by that point. Do you think that Team USA will go undefeated?
I there's no reason why they can't, man. Especially, man, with these rotations that they have right now. Steve Kerr is really good at adjusting in game, in game adjustments. So I believe, man, with what they have going on, man, if they keep up this defensive mentality, if they don't get locked into ISO ball, if they move the rock, there's nobody in the world who can stop them, man. If they continuously move the rock and take good shots.
I think so too. I think that they should be undefeated. There's no reason why.
There's no reason.
No team that I've seen is anywhere close to the level of talent
not at all.
this team possesses.
Not at all.
And so I expect them to use their veteran leadership, their athleticism, their offensive and defensive prowess to power through any of these teams. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Next game is when? What day are we looking at?
Next game is August 6th. So
August 6th at 2:30
Tuesday
Central.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one to watch. That's actually in 2 days from now. So I'm going to be, tuned in on that.
Yes, sir.
I expect it to be a pretty dominant win, just like they've been doing thus far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really 100% sure as who's on that team to where I would be looking at them with some level of concern. But I'm just talking about NBA players. Let me be specific. But should be a good game to watch as well. But yes, I'm glad that we have basketball to watch, period, even during this time. Because it gets a little droughtish over here. We started picking up Big 3 episodes and started trying to watch and see what's happening there with Jeff Teague and friends. So it's good to have this time with the Olympics to really enjoy some good basketball, and along with basketball, some good sports that you may not have been interested in before. But I think that's all that I had. What did you have, Tyson?
That's good, man. I'm looking forward to these quarterfinals, man, and moving forward in the Olympics, man. I really want to see them shine out, man. I really want to show their dominance, man, through just really good basketball play. Really good basketball, solid. That's not just going there drawing fouls. Let's really show them, man, what we're really about, what we really can do talent-wise. That's what I really want to see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll do it for this episode of the Clutch Buckets podcast. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. My name is Kyle Spence.
And I'm Josh Tyson.
And we out.
Yes, sir. Until next time, y'all.